Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Dragon Age, the Veilguard, the return to form, the apparently massive success, such a massive success that they haven't released the sales numbers. Here we are on over a week after its release, and BioWare and Electronic Arts haven't said a single solitary thing about how many copies they have sold. It is so successful that, well, the disingenuous snake of a Bloomberg writer deletes his post, attempting to own the chuds, because that's how you endear people over to your side. You insult them. I heard that worked out pretty well for a particular demographic. Anyway, moving on. Own the chuds about the Dragon Age Veilguard player count over here on Fandom Pulse. Good old John F. Trent. Jason Schreier, the epitome of integrity, the man who actually has the integrity of a snake. Current writer for Bloomberg, who previously worked at Kotaku, that explains everything, deleted his post attempting to own the chuds regarding Dragon Age Veilguard's player count. Jason, why would you do such a thing? Why would you delete your post just claiming how massively successful Dragon Age the Veilguard is? I wonder. Interesting. Here's this post right here. Schreier previously shared two images. The first showing Dragon Age Veilguard at the top of Steam's top seller list for that day. Okay. More than likely, it sold the most that day, the day it came out. And second, showing the game's peak concurrent players on Steam at 58,958. Let's take a gander. Now, with a total player count, all-time peak of 89,000, couldn't even reach 90. I thought for sure it was going to break 100,000 over that opening weekend. I don't think this is nothing to, nothing to sneeze at, but, I mean, it's not bad, it's not good, but I would say it's definitely underperforming as far as what BioWare and EA wanted. Now, can't even break 100,000 on what is supposed to be a return to form, a popular franchise. Again, why haven't you released the sales figures? He commented on the two images, writing, "Go woke, go bro." Oh, here you see here. Oh, top the charts. Okay. That doesn't mean anything, because in order to not go broke when it comes to sales figures, when it comes to ticket sales, when it comes to advertising dollars from viewers and whatnot, you need to be able to show a profit. Because if you spend $200 million on a game, a TV show, a movie, and you only bring in $100,000, yeah, I said thousand instead of million. If you spend $200 million and only bring in $100 million in sales, well, that's a failure, and you're going to go broke doing that. Another user commented, Mr. Clown says, "There's no way you genuinely like this turd." And, well, honestly, I feel the same way. It's a turd. To which Jason Schreier responds in the greatest way possible, the most popular way to, again, endear people to your side of the argument. "I actually don't like the game very much, but I do like seeing you chuds get dunked on." Well, unfortunately, this dunk right here, good old Jason Schreier, especially since you cowardly deleted it instead of, I don't know, never thought about standing by your word as compared to, holding on to information to sell a book, but whatever. Why'd you delete it, Jason? Why? But you want to own the chuds. This is not the win you think it may have been. In another post, he doubled down, writing, so let's see, Luffy dude over here. In other words, you actually don't care about the game. You just want to feel your wokeism is validated. Yeah, he wants to stand on his little soapbox and proclaim to the rafters, much like a few other writers we all know, want to claim how wrong our side of the argument is, how these sorts of things are not going to sell, they're not going to make a profit. And I'm sorry, Dragon Age the Veilguard is proving that yet again. Jason Schreier responds, "No, I am simply sharing another data point that is, misleading, to support what I've been trying to explain for years," incorrectly, by the way, which is that despite what idiots, oh, here we go with the insults, Jason. Coward, you deleted your post. Stand by your words or go find another business. You're supposed to be a journalist. journalists are supposed to sit there and, stand by the information that they put out there, stick to their guns, right? Stand up for what you believe and back it up with actual information. Maybe you jumped the gun a little bit and didn't have the right information to support your claim. I'm simply sharing another idea, another data point to support what I've been trying to explain for years now, which is that despite what idiots may tell you, DEI is not a factor in which games do or do not sell. Oh, you sad, strange little man. Unfortunately, more and more as one game after another comes out, the diversity, inclusion, and equity that is seen as inorganic and forced is having an effect. Because it's the first thing people will notice, the first red flags that come up. And when idiots like me go out and buy the game to show off to our audiences, among others far more popular, and I'm getting there, show the game off to our audiences, show them the dialogue, show them the writing, the story, the world building, and the game mechanics and the fighting, and how dull, lackluster, boring, nonsensical it all is, well, people have a tendency to put two and two together, where they see DEI as being a good thing in games. We see it as being forced, inorganic, and nonsensical for the product that is being put out because, again, 9 times out of 10, the product is suffering for it. The story, the gameplay, the characters. And when that happens over and over again, well, we shut our wallets and let the studio burn to the ground. Schreier has now deleted his post. Oh dear. Again, I do have that question for you, Jason. Why would you delete something you supposedly stand by to prove your point? Something that you've been trying to explain for years? Perhaps, I don't know. Heaven forbid you actually come out to admit that you were wrong. It's unclear as to why he's deleted the post, because he's a coward, but it's likely because the game is not performing well at all a little over a week after its release. The game's peak concurrent player count has have declined to just 50,000. Let's go 51,000 in the last 24 hours. And of course, over here, as of this recording on November 9th, 56,584 peak 24-hour count as of right now. The numbers, now, to be fair, it is a single-player game. The unfortunate part is this number right here, the all-time peak. Developers hope that all-time peak hits a massive high the first weekend that it's out. Again, what I am curious about, and I wonder why they haven't released it. And yes, I'm repeating myself, ladies and gentlemen, but it just sticks there in the back of my head. Every time I look at a report, look at someone trying to tout the massive success, the return to form, that is BioShock, whatever. BioWare's Dragon Age, the Veilguard, and how massively successful it is. Why haven't they shown off the sales numbers? Furthermore, sales estimates for the game do not bode well. They currently range from just 184,000 from Play Tracker to 603,000 at Gamealytic. If this game sold 1 million copies across all platforms, it would still be a failure due to the projection that, being a AAA game developed over 10 years, it more than likely cost in the range of $200 million to develop. And 1 million copies, even if you want to be generous at the $100 mark, that's only 100 million in sales. Steam has to get their cut. PlayStation gets their cut, right? So, didn't quite break even. A rumor from YouTuber Endymion also alleges the game has only sold around 500,000 copies total. He said in a recent video, quote, "This is from the same source that I shared previous Dragon Age pre-order numbers with, which was in my video a few days back. Apparently, according to them, pre-orders for Veilguard were even less than initially thought." Now, pre-orders for video games, especially nowadays when more and more people, more and more customers and gamers are waiting. They're no longer pre-ordering. They're waiting for those reviews to come out to see if the game is going to be worth their time, which I say, congratulations, maybe gamers us, I'm in there too, maybe us as gamers are getting a little bit smarter after Anthem, oh boy, and Cyberpunk. So, wait for the reviews. Don't pre-order games. These companies have not earned those pre-orders. 115,000 pre-orders across all platforms. That's digital and physical, by the way. And new info that my source has now told me that the numbers actually may have been too high. Oh, so the 500,000 prediction may be too high. The number that they are hearing from people at EA now is that it was actually between 70 and 75,000 pre-orders. Again, let's not judge the sales numbers on the pre-orders. In total, what I'm told is that Veilguard may have sold overall, so far anyway, in the 500,000 range, which may sound good to some. No, I don't think that is. 10, But this is completely abysmal for a game of this level. Yes, that's what everyone needs to understand. 500,000 copies for an indie game is astronomically amazing. For a AAA studio, a beloved, well, formerly beloved studio, and long-standing franchise that is Dragon Age, only selling 500,000 in a game that was barely in development for 10 years. Part of it, a beloved franchise, was supposed to be a continuation and has been said over and over again, a return to form. 500,000, not going to make a profit off of that. Let's see. Not only did he share that the game sold only 500,000, but he also revealed that players are refunding the game in droves. Now, I'm not going to bother with the refund. Apparently, there have been quite a few listed around here and there, people refunding the game, which bodes not well at all between Steam and EA and BioWare. I do wonder, where are the sales numbers? We want to know the sales numbers for this game. It's been over a week. Why haven't you released them? And Jason, we are always curious. If you stand by your words, if you stand by your statement that DIE, that diversity, inclusion, and equity, is not damaging the sales for these AAA games, these modern audience video games, then why would you delete your post, so say, in your attempt to own the chuds? Were you lying? Are you worried that your words were slightly incorrect, or just a silly little disingenuous coward? But I'll post a link to the full article in the description box down below. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that YouTube is begging you to do. And I thank you for making it this far. Have a good one.